Welcome to the Yo-11 podcast. Yo-11 podcast, mostly Vegas, no BS casino experience and more. Michael Trager is a casino and travel loyalty expert who also helps people turn their travel dreams into reality. And now your host, Michael Trager. How's it going, Michael?
It's going quite well. How is it going with you?
It's going good. Back from Zork Fest. Wasted no time in setting up Christmas. So yeah, all is going well.
Cool. And it's great to be back. And for those who are not keeping track, because it's impossible to keep track because we sort of make this shit up, this is the first episode of season 5.
Yep. And it is episode 120 altogether. But yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So that means, folks, we have done 120 episodes of Yo-11 podcast, formerly known as Yo-11 Minutes.
That's a lot of episodes. That's a good amount of episodes right there. 120.
I would 120. And this is going to be season 5. And season 5 is going to run through the 20th of December approximately. And that will be it. And that will end season 5. This is what we're calling our short season. And that will allow us to roll into the Merry Christmas holidays without having to worry about Zorkcasts, Yo-11, and I'll name all the brands until I get to the right one.
Just name everything you're on. You'll get to it eventually.
Okay, I'll get to it eventually. So that is there. And Zork Fest was amazing. And we can't wait to talk about the epicness of Zork Fest. But I thought it might be fun to just give a little pause and talk about Zork Fest on the next episode, which would be 121, and to talk a little bit about my favorite subject in the world, Wynn Las Vegas, on this episode. What do you think about that idea, Movestro?
I believe you know how I feel about that. I think that because we talked about this briefly, but since it's our first episode back from Zork Fest, we should be talking Zork Fest because we just got back. We promoted the heck out of it. So now that we're back, we want to be telling everybody how it went. But hey, it's all good, man. It's it's all good, man. It's all good.
Okay, so you're humoring me with this. So today we will not be talking about Zork Fest, but I will put a couple of things. Zork Fest was fabulous. There were so many fabulous things. It might even be more than one episode be talking about all of the subject matter. But one really cool thing that happened at this Zork Fest is that I had some time after Zork Fest to do some fun, slightly degen slot play with Movestro, and he was a little bit skeptical about the slot machine I chose, but he wound up really enjoying it. On top of the fact, we both got wonderful bourbons with big ice cubes because Wynn Las Vegas.
And also because Wynn Las Vegas does not comp Angel's Envy on the casino floor.
No, they comp, but they do comp Woodford.
Yes.
But we did try to get the Angel's Envy, but no dice, as they say. Though the funny thing is that Angel's Envy and Woodford are about the same price.
Yeah.
I think it has to do with service bars and things like that.
Probably.
But that was pretty cool that we were able to do that. And what was the name of that slot? You see, I'm like, we got to play the slot machine. I don't know what the name is.
The one I led you to was Megabucks because how could you not play for the chance of $11 million? And then the one that you went off to was Legend of the Phoenix 234X or something like that. But it's definitely Legend of the Phoenix, and that was a lot of fun.
Yes, it was. And we will talk more of that on a Legend of the Phoenix episode. But it is one of those cool games that has a multiple must-hit factor, for lack of a better term. And I really like those kind of games because you can see the state that they're in and you can determine if you want to play them based on the must-hit factor. And I just like that because I feel it's like goals. It's like degen goals, right?
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
That's so it's very goal oriented. So because you know at a lot of slot machines you're playing and you're like, I've got to get this bonus, or I'm gonna get the bonus, or I'm like due for the bonus, which is of course not true. But on this one, you really are due for the bonus if it gets up to a certain state. And that I really just sort of like that. I don't know why. It works well with my brain as far as slot machines are concerned.
Well, it puts a whole goal-oriented task into playing that machine because you're like, well, it's got to hit by this number. And what was it? It was like there was 3 sets of numbers.
15. It had a hit by 15 free games, but it was the 15 free games at 10 times. So that meant the bonus round gives you 15 free games, and every line hit is multiplied by 10 times, and you can also re-trigger the bonus.
And also, I remember there were 3 different ones. There was the red bonus, the green one, and the blue one. The blue one was the one that was like the most sought after one because that's the one that we. What I liked about the machine is that it cues you to hit record if you're there recording this thing, because like the screen shakes, everything turns white, and it's like, oh, here we go, and you hit record, and then the bonus starts. So I like that it prepares you for having to hit that record button. It was really cool. We got a lot of footage on that game that's going to be coming to the channel as well.
I think every bonus. I think you pretty much still got almost every bonus.
I got
round.
every freaking bonus.
Wow.
Every bonus. So it's going to be nothing but bonuses. Legend of Phoenix, nothing but bonuses. And people who like watching bonuses on slot machines will love that video. I also have another compilation. We're calling it Megabucks. We're calling it Son of a Megabucks because there was so many times, and that's a consistent reel where it hits 2 megabucks and then flops on the third with nothing. So it's like, son of a, and it's just a whole reel of that. So son of a megabucks, that's going to be coming up as well. We also did this wonderful video of the high limit area that's by the garden. And the lighting it was just wonderful, and it's different from the other because even the coloring of the tiles are different. The coloring of the carpet is different, and it's just like you're playing slots next to nature. It just was like the most serene casino area I've ever been in. And so we have a video on.
You know what?
You
not only have you become like a bougie bitch caviar lover, but you are starting to really like a lot of the elements of Wynn Las Vegas, especially that high limit slot room, which is conceived by Roger Thomas. And there's some interesting stuff I can read you about how they did it, because that's that's a redesign of the Wynn Las Vegas high limit slot room, like from when it originally opened 18 years ago. But I'm sort of glad you're grooving and vibing into this whole Wynn Las Vegas thing.
It was pretty good, and we had those wonderful caviar bumps at Tableau.
Yes,
it is called Tableau, right? Not Tableau.
No, that's Tableau. That's right.
Because it's spelled the same way.
Oh my god, they should open a restaurant for breakfast at Fontainebleau, which is called Tableau.
Right?
I cracked myself up.
I feel what you're saying. It's Fontainebleau. No, it's Fontainebleau. It's just like Tableau. It's BLEA. Anyways, I'm gonna let that go.
I think it's more like Tableau. We have to look. We'll have to get our YouTube French guy. Fontainebleau. Anyway, that is cool. And also, I am going to tease a little bit, but we're not going to do this until next week. I'm going to talk about the worst dinner at a bougie bitch high-end restaurant in Vegas that I've had in the past 20 years. Da-dun, da-dun, da-dun. But that's not going to be till next week because I got to put together some notes on that. And I want to send a note to the restaurant talking about the experience because I talked to them about a little bit because I'm not a food critic and I don't like to slam restaurants, and I want to maybe give them a chance to respond to what was bad. I mean, I think they should have responded because they had all my information to like what went wrong at that dinner. So I wanted to be kind and give them a chance. Isn't that nice?
I say it's very thoughtful of you considering the service you received there. You're a good man, Mr. Trager. You're a good man.
Okay, so here we go. So do we have news today?
Yes, we do. We do have a news story for today. So let's get on with the news. The proposed new resort on the Las Vegas Strip could become the tallest in the area, featuring an NBA-ready arena that might one day host a Las Vegas basketball team. The real estate development firm LVXP submitted plans to Clark County for a 752-foot resort with 2,605 hotel and condominium units. This ambitious project, planned for a site between the Sahara and Fontainebleau, will be reviewed by the Winchester Town Advisory Board, which provides development recommendations to the Clark County Commission. The proposed resort spans 17 acres and will include 3 high-rise towers, an 18,000-seat arena, and a 6,000-seat Grand Theater. The location was once home to the Wet n Wild Water Park and was previously earmarked for former UNLV basketball star Jackie Robinson's All-Net Arena project. The design incorporates amenities such as a casino, retail spaces, dining venues, a pool, spa, health club, and both above and underground parking. LVXP's latest plans reveal architecture details by Paul Steelman, featuring a unique curtain wall system with gold and silver glass and LED lighting. A notable design element includes a high-rise tower with a curving structure connecting to a lower-level building. If approved, this resort would surpass the Fontainebleau as the tallest building on the Strip. Although the NBA has not yet committed to establishing a team in Las Vegas, it continues to hold the NBA Summer League for rookies and second-year players at Thomas & Mack Center at Cox Pavilion. The new arena, along with other sports developments in the city, reflects ongoing efforts to attract a professional basketball franchise to Las Vegas, a prospect that various parties have advocated in recent years. And that's going to do it for the news. And now for the views. Michael, what are your thoughts?
So just clarify for me, exactly where is this building going to be?
It's going to be next to, between Fontainebleau and Sahara.
So it's going to, and there's going, so it's going to be between Fontainebleau and Sahara, and it's going to have the NBA arena built into it or attached to it?
Yeah, it's going to be built in and or attached, although the NBA has not officially said anything about it being a done deal for Las Vegas to get a league team. But, you know, it could happen if the arena is already built. Maybe that's what they did with T-Mobile Arena. You know, NHL was like, and then they got the arena, and then boom, here comes hockey. So it could be something like that. What I don't understand is, like, where are the skiers going to land? Because if you look at if you saw the rendering, there's this swoopy thing at the top, the top roof, and it looks like a ski jump. And I'm like, where are the skiers going to land? I mean, it's a tall building, but anyway, I know it just looks like a ski jump at the top. It was just weird. It's going to be.
Can we petition for a name for the team?
I don't see why not.
I think it's got to be called the Las Vegas Dragon Cash Balls.
You know, that will save them some money because they can actually do a partnership with IGT.
They could do it, the Las Vegas Dragon Balls.
That's perfect. Dragon Balls. Let's do that.
The dragon.
There's something called Dragon Ball Z. That's an anime that might lead to a lawsuit. We'll figure out some fireballs. Yeah.
The Las Vegas Dragon Balls. I know, but I think dragons. I think we need dragons in the Las Vegas basketball team name.
You know what? Let's look into that. Why not? The thing is, this is going to be like the tallest resort, but it's only going to surpass Fontainebleau by 15 feet. So I'm not sure if it's not going to be very noticeable, but it'll be the tallest resort.
I think NBA will be a smashing success in Las Vegas. And I think about how stunning it'll be to have an NBA arena all the way North Strip, and then you've got football, hockey, and baseball on the South Strip.
Yeah, it's really coming together. I mean, I remember when I first started visiting here, we didn't have any of those things as far as major teams go. I know we had like minor stuff, but like not what it is now. So it's good on Las Vegas, I guess. But you know, we'll just see. Everyone's concern is always how is it going to affect the traffic? But
who will be the casino that will run this property? Because I doubt this will be a non-casino property. That just seems odd to me.
Oh no, it's
Maybe.
definitely going to have a casino, but I don't think it's been announced yet as far as what casino company is going to be running it.
Yeah, that is sort of
Maybe
interesting.
Mohegan will give it another crack. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. Really, really interesting. I think the whole North Strip is looking up. I think it's great. I mean, I know there's a lot of love hate out there with Resorts World, and I had a great time in Resorts World with one of my good friends during after Zork Fest, and they're doing really well with their convention business. I honestly don't know how Fontainebleau is doing, other than I keep hearing. Don't you keep hearing stories like they fired half of the management and
Yeah.
getting new management? I mean, but it's like you hear it so often, you're like, oh, they fired all the management again today. Like that's the third time they did it.
Yep.
So I don't. It'll be interesting, but I think the Las Vegas Dragon Balls. I'm telling you, there's your show title, Las Vegas Dragon Balls.
There it is.
You've heard it here first. The Las Vegas Dragon Balls. Tonight we will have the Miami Heat versus the Las Vegas Dragon Balls.
Fonton blowing through management staff every 6 months.
That's right. So there you got it. But that's great. What a great news story. I'm excited for it. I'm saying that seems actually more likely and more viable than baseball. But what do I know? Which is nothing.
We'll see. So what you got? You got something lined up for today's Tease?
I got a little something something, and it ain't Zork Fest.
All right. Because why would it be? I mean, it's just our first episode back from Zork Fest, and everyone's expecting a. Anyways, all right, let's get on with the Tease.
Today's tease is how to get more comps at Wynn Las Vegas without gambling more, and the Las Vegas Dragon Balls. I can't even stop saying that. So anyway, after Zork Fest, where I spent many days at the lovely Versailles Tower, not Versailles as some might call it, I moved over to Wynn Las Vegas for 3 glorious nights at Wynn Tower Suites, which was one of my happiest places to be in the world, with a lovely view of the Sphere. And I was thinking a little bit, people, Wynn is very, very hard to figure out with regards to comps and their loyalty program. Though it's interesting, the back-end software for the loyalty program seems to be the same software that Fontainebleau uses. We discussed that once, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
It's the same. It's the same software. So everyone is always like, how do I get offers from Wynn, or how do I get more offers from Wynn? And one thing that's important to realize with Wynn is that they are definitely more generous to you the first time you play if you've never had play there before. So it is highly, highly suggested to all the people out there who say, I've never stayed at Wynn Las Vegas before and played there before. Well, you know what? If you want to give it a shot on your next trip, go and allocate most of your bankroll to playing at Wynn Las Vegas. And what I like to use as a metric for play, which I consider pretty okay solid play, is about 7,000 tier points in. Did I say 7,000 tier points? Oh, I'm losing my point. I'm losing my mind. 7,000 tier points gets you to their first elite level, which is platinum. If you could do play over 2 days of about half platinum or 3,500 tier, that's really pretty good. Even better if you could do 3,500 tier in 1 day. So that's one of the things I try to tell people. But a couple of other things is that you need to track your tier aggressively. And what's very, very nice, I actually love the Wynn keeps updating their app and making it more sophisticated. And you will notice it now scrolls at the top of the Wynn app, telling you your tier points and your free credit and all of your comp credits. And I just think it looks so sexy. By the way, the Wynn app now not only shows you all your offers, does this little scroll, but you can also do your room key on the Wynn app if you desire to. I never do it, but it actually was one of the better room key operators. So what do you need to worry about when you're trying to get more comps for Wynn? I think you should always try to consolidate if you're on an offer, are if you're on an offer into 2 days of play and no more than 2 days of play. I know a lot of people say that trips are all you need to worry about. And when you are completely host oriented at Wynn, maybe you don't need to worry about your trips. But when you're just worrying about marketing offers, I don't like to risk it. Okay. I can't tell you that it's definitely going to make a difference or not, because a Wynn offer is going to be for 3 nights. They're always giving you 3 nights comp. And a lot of people will think I will play for 3 days. I really think it's best to just play for 2 days and play stronger on those 2 days. I also think you should keep to my idea of half platinum over the 2 days to make sure your offers stay pretty okay. And by pretty okay, I mean a couple of room nights, 3 room nights, 7 days a week, and also resort credit of somewhere between 150 and 500, and free play between 150 and 500. The other thing is, too, you have to understand with Wynn that if you do follow a metric and play for the first time strong, you're going to get your first offer from Wynn is going to be better than your future offers, most likely, unless you significantly increase your play. So you can't let that upset you, but you need to go into it understanding that. Also, Wynn is very much into losers. They love people who lose. Most casinos do. But I've found over the years that Wynn is definitely more sensitive to losses. So while in most cases marketing offers are supposed to be based on your Theo, and your Theo does have a relationship to how many tier credits you do and the games that you play, they are going to take into effect your losses. And Wynn will also take into effect on the back end approximately comping an additional 10% of your losses, but it's not a straight 10% because they take into account the additional comping you've got for the trip, including your food and beverage credits and other things. So they have a formula there, so it's not exact. So don't expect, if you had a $5,000 loss, that they're definitely going to give you another $500 on the back end. Now, of course, if you were coming in paying for your room and stuff like that, that would be a little bit different. Another thing to keep in mind is that hosts have a lot of power at Wynn Las Vegas with regard to what they comp and what they don't comp, especially things like cars. I hear huge fluctuations from people about hosts comping a transportation to or from the airport. And that's very interesting to me because I pretty much so keep to this, 3,500 tier for 2 days. So, which is somewhere, somewhere north of 1,000 tier per day, but not as high as 2,000 tier per day. And I tend to consistently stay at Wynn and do that. But I also tend to consistently lately lose at Wynn, unfortunately. Though my last trip, actually, I didn't. So it fluctuates a little bit. But I've had no problem getting a host to comp a car. Part of that is that my trips are extremely consistent. So I never have a trip where I come and I just play 1,000 tier or a couple hundred tier. That's highly not suggested with Wynn. So that's something important to know. The other thing with Wynn is, one of the things that I highly dislike by Wynn is they have absolutely outrageous Wi-Fi charges starting at $19.95 a day for their lowest speed, going up to as high as $30 a day for their higher speeds. And before you interject and say, but I don't pay it because it's part of the resort fee, it's one of these catch-22s in Wynn that when you're on a comp room, you don't pay the resort fee. Thank you very much, Wynn. Very, very nice thing that Wynn does. When you get a comp room, whether it's from their slot game or anything online, or a comp game from a casino marketing offer, you don't have to pay the resort fee. So it's not like you need to be platinum or black to not pay the resort fee. You could have no status at Wynn, and if you get an offer and it's comp, you don't pay the resort fee. But since you're not paying the resort fee, you also don't get free Wi-Fi, which sort of sucks because you can inconsistently hotspot at Wynn. Sometimes I've had great success with that. Sometimes I haven't. And oftentimes, if you do need to do some remote work, you will need to get Wi-Fi, and that's $20 a day. you could definitely, even if you're not getting comps off the back end, you can definitely ask your host to comp the Wi-Fi. And there is a very good chance that they will do that for you. I know it's ridiculous and they shouldn't be charging it and doing it anyway, but that's something you should definitely remember. Also, if you're really interested in things like Wynn Tower Suites, I got the upgrade because I have a black card, even though I matched to black card. So I am not a true organic. I am a poser black card. Did you know that, Movestro?
Yes, I did.
You did. I'm a poser black card. Black card is supposed to get upgrades if available to Tower Suites, but you can often pay for an upgrade to Tower Suites, and that price can varies from like $75 to $110 a night. Remember, Tower Suites is the same room, but it's in the Tower Suites section. When you pay the upgrade fee, you need to be very you need to talk to them and make sure they're including breakfast or not, because everybody who pays for Wynn Tower Suites gets a breakfast credit of $50 a day. In most cases, if you pay for the upgrade, even if you're on a casino room, they will be agreeable to giving you the breakfast credit. So an upgrade fee of $110 isn't really $110 because you're getting $50 a day for breakfast. That's great to know. And you can use that breakfast at Tableau or any of the other, at the coffee place and things like that. Or you could do like Movestro and get a caviar bump, because there really are caviar bumps listed on the Tableau breakfast menu. Tableau is one of my favorite places to go for breakfast. What did you think? Breakfast and brunch, they serve till approximately 2:00. What did you think, Movestro, of Tableau? You see, this is where we should throw up a beautiful picture of our Tableau breakfast.
Yeah.
But we didn't do that.
We didn't think about that. Darn it.
We suck.
Oh well.
But
It was fantastic. It was excellent. The caviar bumps were great. Like, I made sure there was no egg left behind. No.
And that was actually eggs on eggs.
Yeah, eggs.
The caviar
on
bump
eggs.
now, they changed the way they serve the bumps all the time, and this happened to be deviled eggs with some kind of potato crisp or chip. It was like, and it was awesome, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like a thin waffle crisp, in a sense, with like the cross pattern. It was delicate, but altogether very good indeed.
Yeah. So basically, you really can optimize. I mean, sorry, we always have to go into our foray about caviar stuff because it's been an obsession lately. You definitely can do better on your comps of Wynn, but you need to track these things and you need to pay attention to how much tier. You do not want to short play them if you care about that. If you happen to lose, which we all hate, you probably will do a little bit better. And you definitely need to ask. Unfortunately, you need to ask for things. You need to ask for Wi-Fi to be comped. You need to ask for a car. And you need to speak to your host. Even if you don't have a host, they have a host desk, because not everybody will be assigned a host. But those are just some things to keep in mind. But most importantly, please, 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 the first time you're going to play at Wynn, allocate more bankroll than you usually would, because that's really, really important to get in that really strong initial play, because then you're more likely to get at least a great first offer or a really good first offer. So those are my tips. Anything else you think I should add? I think I covered a number of things. I wish I could give you more exact data points, but right now I'm sticking to the fact that if you would like free rooms at Wynn and some decent resort credit as well as free play, let's do half platinum over 2 days, which would be 3,500 tier points. And I'm sticking with that. I'd be curious to hear what other people's observations are. And earning is much better in Las Vegas. Slots earning and table earning is much better in Las Vegas. It's absolutely awful at Encore Boston Harbor. It's gotten worse there. So if you want to earn status, you definitely want to do it in Las Vegas. That's but you will get comp rooms at Encore Boston Harbor from your Las Vegas play.
I noticed that when we were playing that wonderful Legend of the Phoenix 23X 234X, you earned how many tier credits? I think you got over 1,000 during that one session.
Yes, which is pretty darn good for a, in quotes, somewhat kind of maybe soft, not really advantage play slots. Let's just say it's a slot machine where you can get a lot of play out of your money without a hell of a lot of risk. but some risk. I mean, I guess that depends what some people mean as risk, right?
Yeah, and what I really liked about that is that, it wasn't a consistent roll of dead spins. It was like, you would at least 2 out of 3 spins, you always got a little something back. So what I liked about it is that it made your play last a lot longer than it would have, because some machines will just eat up your money within a minute, and then that's it.
You mean like Dragon Cough Cash?
Yeah, Dragon
Dragon.
Dragon Balls.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but of course, most people don't find that these kind of real games as exciting. I actually think this one is really above average good, because I think, taking into account the 3 different bonuses, I think it's super fun. I guess, you can be the judge for yourself when you watch our bonus video, which will be coming out in the next 3 weeks. I'm going to be in Europe for close to 2 weeks, so Movestro is going to have lots of time to entertain you with those things.
Absolutely. And before we get going, is there anything on your mind, or any thoughts you'd like to share?
Yeah, isn't it crazy that we didn't do the first episode back in the first episode of season 5 about Zork Fest? Like, Movestro, what's up with that shit?
You remember the beginning of this episode, right?
I do. Okay, there you go. And you know what we're gonna do as a bonus. Remember 500 bonus, motherfucker. Right at the beginning of the next episode, we're actually gonna show you that wonderful lunch at Tableau that we had. I had lunch, and Movestro had brunch. Anyway. You had breakfast, actually. Okay, cool. Well, that's it. That's all I got for you right now.
All right, and that's going to do it for this episode. Luxury travel booking, TravelZork.travel. Visit us at TravelZork.travel to plan your next amazing vacation. And be sure to find us on social media and join the conversation. All social medias are at TravelZork. We'll see you next time.